The 4th of July is right around the corner, and that is a time for people to celebrate across the country, but it's also a time to keep safety in mind. And with that, we bring in Carl Fehr, District Chief with Charleston County EMS, and you guys work this holiday year after year. Tell me, typically, what are some of the calls that you guys get?
Some of the most common types of calls that we see on the 4th of July are injuries due to fireworks as well as boating incidents.
What do you recommend for people to do? Fireworks, they come with instructions, they come with warning labels. What do you advise that people do if they are going to be lighting off fireworks on the 4th?
People that are going to be lighting off fireworks, one of the things that we want to make sure that they understand is that they need to read all the instructions and all the warnings on all the fireworks. Fireworks are all set up differently. We want to make sure that they read and they understand how to safely use them. We don't want anybody to try to manufacture or build on their own. We also want to make sure that the person lighting the fireworks are using proper safety precautions, having eyeglasses on to protect their eyes, as well as having water or a fire extinguisher available to them.
One of the more common fireworks that we see around the country and locally are sparklers, but they are not very safe for small children. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Absolutely. A lot of people think that sparklers are completely safe for children to use. There's not an obvious open flame on them, but they actually burn very hot. Sparklers actually burn at 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. Just for example, that is hot enough to melt metal, and of course glass melts at about 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a very hot flame. Small children don't understand that. They don't see a burning ember, so they may be more likely to go and touch it, either touch it to themselves or touch it to someone else, and causing significant burns. One tip that people might be able to do differently is using those little glow sticks. They have a lot of wands, a lot of other options. I think those would be a great substitute for using a sparkler instead with young children.
The other thing is, and this is common, some people light off fireworks that don't end up going off, call them duds. What precautions should you take if you go to light a firework and it doesn't go off?
You know, the fireworks that don't go off, if it hasn't gone off, never go back up to it, never go to try to relight it. Maybe hose it down, water it, wash it away, so that if there is any kind of a flame or ignition source still in the firework, commonly those duds, when you go back up to them, if somebody tries to relight them, they'll immediately go off, and that's where you see people that get a lot of burns to their faces and their hands and their upper extremities.
Okay, and also one very important thing to keep in mind is where you're lighting these fireworks off. What do you recommend in that regard?
Definitely open space. Be mindful of dry grass or in areas around. We want to make sure that you try if you can to do it on a paved area, something that's not flammable. Keep in mind of how close you are to the trees and your home, because of course lighting off fireworks can cause you to catch your house on fire. Okay,
and certainly you guys want everyone to go out, celebrate, enjoy their 4th. You did mention boating accidents. Typically,
Yes.
Do you guys respond to a lot of calls for boating accidents on the 4th?
There are frequently a large number of boating incidents that happen on the 4th of July. People, when they're out on the boat, need to make sure that they're operating the boat safely, slowly, appropriately to the conditions, and especially in congested waterways as to where they are. There's a lot of people that are out on the water. We want to make sure that they're safe. One of the most important things that people need to do is they need to make sure that they all have life vests, and they need to make sure that those life vests fit every single person that's on that boat.
Carl, thank you very much for those tips. And from Charleston County, we hope you have a happy and safe 4th of July.